let's take my hair from this to this, while talking about something that might be a little bit of a controversial topic to some. The self-care slash beauty markets in the world today, and a little bit of my thoughts on what I think about them and how I think that they affect our self-esteem as women in this world. We are starting off here in my lovely washroom. The lighting here sucks, so I did get a flashlight as my little halo ring. I don't know if I like it, but it looks a little bit better than it did earlier. So my hair was washed. Last time I did my hair was 4 days ago. And currently, if we get a little close up, you can see that it looks great. It's very tangled and straw-like, and it needs some moisture and some hydration and a little bit of love. So we're starting off with my favorite shampoo. This is the Carol's Daughter shampoo. Let me get a close-up for you guys. So this is the shampoo I use. It's for weak breakage prone hair, which I tend to kind of have a lot of breakage in my hair because do I play with it a lot? Yes. Is that a bad habit? Also yes, but that's okay. Okay, this light is kind of making me look like a ghost, but my hair is now soaking wet. I have shampooed it and I'm ready. Usually I would put a hair mask in, but I did kind of run out of my hair mask and forget to buy some more. So I'm just gonna go straight for my conditioner and combing it while we get to chat a little bit about my topic of today. Okay, my hair is soaking wet. What I'm gonna first do is just part it halfway. Do I look like a little bit of an alien? Yes, but is that okay? Also yes. So here we go, that's half of my hair up. Now I'm gonna grab the same conditioner that matches with my shampoo. This is the Carol's Daughter Goddess Strength conditioner. This is it, looks gorgeous. I put a shit ton of conditioner. Like, if you have curly hair, you know. I don't even know if straight people use conditioner. Straight haired people use conditioner. But so let's look at my hand and we're gonna see how much we put. Okay. And I will probably be applying more after this. I'm just gonna rub that through my hair. Also, I moved to my bedroom because the lighting in the bathroom was sending me insane. Now, starting with today's topic, this has been something that I kind of brought to my own attention because it's something that I see a lot on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm seeing these crazy healthcare routines, like 20-step nighttime routines, and I'm like, wow, like guys, what are we doing? And I'm not gonna sit here and just talk shit about all these people buying. I'm not talking shit about the consumers. I'm talking more about the corporations that are selling these products to women and marketing them and gearing them to make it look like we need these things and we can't live without them, and kind of making those who can't afford it, feel kind of bad and crappy about themselves. Okay, my hair is lathered and I have my brush. This is the brush I use. It's like a knockoff Denman brush. I only put 5 rows because I feel like that works best on my hair, and I have the thin ones, not the thick ones. It is replaceable. This is not the Denman brush though. I just start by taking a little piece, I kind of section it off, and I start to brush from bottom up. Starting with these 20 steps in skincare routines, I'm seeing a lot of people buying these like $300 red like LED light masks for the face. I don't know if you guys have seen those. I'll insert a picture of what they look like. And of course I know they have the benefits, but we have lived tens of thousands of years without these things, and we lived. Mind you, in the last, let's say even 20 years, we didn't have these things, and we lived. So why is it now that we're marketing these things, that they are essential, that we need them to be healthy, when the fact of the matter is we don't? Sure, they might give us some benefits, and they might make us feel better, but they're not necessary. There are a lot of other things going around. I'm not just talking about these red face masks, but there are these like $100 skin creams, $1 million, okay, not $1 million, but like just these insane priced items, whether you're at Sephora, you're at Ulta, you're shopping online, on Amazon, on a special website. And all these products are making it seem like you cannot live without it. And it makes it seem to consumers that aren't able to afford these things that if you don't have it, you are less than and you are falling behind. Now, if you can afford it, great, good for you. If you're not like going broke buying these things, that's incredible. However, for those who are, especially in this economy, struggling financially, whether that is to buy food, to pay your rent, to pay your school tuition, whatever it is, It's not sustainable to be buying these crazily priced, expensive skincare stuff. Now, I'm not someone who buys these things. Yes, I have my skincare routines. Yes, I have like my face wash, my face cream. Sometimes I'll use a toner. I have my eye patches that I love, which I also buy from Costco. I think it's important to take care of yourself. I think it's important to have a skincare routine that works for you, but it shouldn't be something that takes you 2 hours every single day. It shouldn't be some long, insane process that you have to wake up at 5 in the morning to do or go to bed at 12 a.m. at night to finish. It shouldn't be something that you're doing just because you're seeing people on social media do it. And it definitely shouldn't be something that makes you feel worse about yourself than you did at the beginning. For example, maybe you're using these products and every time you use them, you're just like, wow, like this was a big hit to my bank account. Did I need that? Not really. And maybe once you run out, you're like, damn, I'm gonna have to buy more. And you're like, well, I'm screwed. I think that all these products that we're seeing now are making everyone feel bad about themselves. Well, not everyone, of course, only the people who can't afford it. And I think that's really sad for those consumers who can't afford it, because at the end of the day, you don't need these products to be happy. You don't need these products to look pretty. You don't need these products to feel good about yourself. Spending money on these big companies will not make you feel better about yourself. What will make you feel better about yourself is buying products of quality, buying products that are made for your skin type or for your hair type or for your body type that will actually improve something instead of just disimprove your bank account. What's the word I'm looking for? Worsen. Let's go with worsen. Worsen our bank account. You can clearly see that I buy hair products. I'm not going to say I don't. But I'm also buying drugstore products. Like, I'm buying things from the pharmacy that are costing me maybe 20 bucks a bottle, which 20 bucks a bottle for like a super small bottle of hair product is like, that's crazy, but whatever, you know, this is Canada. But I'm also not going to go to Sephora and buy like a $20 bottle of shampoo that's literally like 3 millimeters large, because that's crazy. I think the consumer world has to change, and that we have to stop marketing these products as like necessary for life, you know. I don't think you should be buying $50 gummies that'll improve your skin, or buying a $100 hair mask, or like those, no offense, but those things that you stand on that wiggle and make you think you're burning calories when in reality you're not. You know, at the end of the day, if you want to feel better about yourself, you need to drink water. You need to go outside, go for a walk. You need to get vitamin D. You need to eat your vitamins. You need to get your proteins, fats, and carbs in. You need to take a shower. You need to wash your hair. And you can do all of this without spending like hundreds and thousands of dollars on the products, right? You don't need $500 running shoes to go on a walk. You just need any pair of shoes that supports your foot. Don't go out like with shoes with broken holes in them, because that's not good for your foot, and your feet do support your entire body. But just find things that are sustainable for you and for your life. As a 20-year-old, I feel like, especially as someone who's on social media a lot, you know, I'm not going to say that I don't use TikTok and Instagram. I'm on my phone very often, as much as I try not to be. I feel like social media just propels these ideas further, because all these big influencers, all these influencers, no matter their following, are getting paid to promote these products, and they get money off of people who buy the products using their links. And I just think that when you let social media influence you, that's where you lose your money even more, and that's where you kind of lose your self-confidence even more. You lose your self-worth, and that's why I think we have to stop looking at social media as this like end-all be-all, right? Social media is like the 1 or 2% of a person's life. It's important that we stop letting social media kind of narrate our lives. We shouldn't let the people that we see on social media influence us into buying things. But that is their job at the end of the day, influencers. But that's what you have to realize. Influencers are made to influence you. They are not here to support you. They're not here to uplift you. They're here to uplift themselves and make money off of you. Okay, we're back. You can see that my hair is now soaking wet. So I finished conditioning it and combing everything through, and then I rinsed it out. So already my hair is so much more moisturized. The water is really penetrating through. Before I washed my hair, I don't know if you noticed, but my hair was soaking wet. It was like barely wet. the water just kind of sits on top of my hair until I finally run everything through. So now we're good. You can see the curls are coming back. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so now we're gonna go in and properly style my hair so that'll be good for the next like 5 days before I have to redo this whole process over again. First thing I go in with is usually a frizz reducer. So I have two. I use one that's from the company Verb, and I also have this Olaplex one that I got from my boyfriend for Christmas. So this is the Olaplex that I'm using today. It's the number 6. It works really, really great on my hair because it's very moisturizing and it helps control my frizz a lot better. So again, I have to use quite a bit of product here, but I'll put about this much. And I run it through my whole hair. And I will start by just running it through the ends of my curls. I always go from the bottom up because the bottom is always the frizziest and the most dead parts of my hair. And I really work on going like trying to get individual curls at a time. But of course I'm doing this with my own fingers and not with a curl. So I'm not like going to go super like technical with it. I'm also just gonna go and flip. Then I break my hair up halfway. And then I make sure I just got really all the tips, even the roots at the top of my head, so that there is as minimal frizz as possible, but there will always be frizz and I cannot control that. And you know what? C'est la vie, man. Step 2, look at how soaked my sweater is. Like, this is my hair. But step 2 is my moisturizing curl cream. So again, same brand, Carol's Daughter. It's the same like line. I don't know. This is the True Stretch Defining Cream. So it makes my curls look longer because my curls really shrink up naturally and they come to like my chin. So in order to keep them long, I really run this through my hair, kind of stretching from the roots down. Again, I'm gonna use a lot of product here. Again, this is like cheaper than the Olaplex, so I'm more willing to use a lot. That feels good with me. So here's where we are. Again, rub it through my hands. Rub it. Mix it in. So there's a lot of product here. Now again, we're gonna just go and start to pull it through my ends. Now starting always with this side. I don't know why I always start with this side, but I'm just gonna really focus on running my fingers through it. I also try to keep my curl clumps together as best as possible so that after I can like separate them and they'll look good, because when I start to separate my curl clumps before diffusing, they look really frizzy. So I keep my clumps in as long as possible. And by running my fingers through my curls, I kind of stick those clumps together even better. Now we switch sides. Last but not least, I did my Olaplex, I did my curl cream. Now I do my gel. This gel I bought, I don't even know how many years ago, like probably like 3 years ago. How long is this supposed to be open for? It doesn't say. But it's gel, like what can really go wrong? So this is the gel I use. Again, bought this at Ulta last time I went. It's just like the basic eco gel. Max Hold. I use Max Hold because my curls need it. Now I've only used like half of this thing, and again, I put gel in my hair once a week. More like approximately once a week for the last like 3 years. So I don't know how it's maybe it's growing in my sleep. I don't know. Maybe it's like sourdough riser, like it just keeps growing. I don't know, but I use a big chunk. I just kind of sweep my 2 fingers in it and I go whoop. So this is my little blob of gel. It looks really funny. Can you see that? Hang on. Let's get a close-up on that gel. Why is it not focusing? Wow. Okay, whatever. So that's my gel. Now, again, I'm gonna just slap it between my hands. Lather in my 5 fingers. Now my hands are full of gel. And for this, I flip my hair upside down and I just kind of run my fingers down my head to start. So let's flip our hair upside down. Can you see me? Let's adjust this just a little bit without getting my tripod full of gel. So here we are. Here's my hair. Do I look good right now? I do. And now I'm just going to kind of run my gel through my hair. I always go like this because the tops of my hair are usually the ones to get frizziest the most. Okay, now flipping the hair back. I'm just gonna squat down for a second here. Again, I'm just gonna do the same thing up here to make sure I got every little bit. Once again, going through the underneath. These curls right here usually get super frizzy super fast, so I really make sure that I'm like focusing my gel. Same thing on this side. It's this little set of curls. I don't know why. If anyone with curly hair knows, let me know. Working that through. Now, here is my hair before drying it. just to get a close-up, you can see how well defined those curls look. Way better than the before. Look at that. I'm gonna get my diffuser and we're gonna diffuse. Okay, lastly, I go in and diffuse my hair. This is the diffuser I use, again, from Ulta. I'm not gonna show you guys how I diffuse because that's like another 30-minute long process. So maybe I'll make that video one day if I feel like it. But I will be back with my diffused hair in 1 second. Wah-bang. Okay, I'm back. Just to finish off this video, my hair is about 80% dried through. I also stretched it out a little, so it's a little bit longer. But again, it also gets longer overnight the way I tie it up after my first day of washing. So this is where we are right now. I changed sweater because my sweater is soaking wet. To finish off, I'm just going to shake my hair and separate the curl clumps a little bit. You can kind of tell that, well, you can tell. You can see my curls way better. My hair is a little bit crunchy though. Can you hear that? I don't know. But that's all the gel. So I'm just going to shake it out. I'm going to go in with the Olaplex No. 7 oil. Again, gift from my boyfriend. So I usually put a couple little drops in my hands. Like that. Really not a lot. Like, you don't need a lot of oil, I find. Let me just close that up. Then, once again, gonna rub it through my hands. So, rub, rub, rub. I also like to heat it up in my hands. People say that oil when it's hot is better, so whatever. This is my oil. You can see my hands glistening. Now, I'm just gonna go and stretch my hair out on each side. You can kind of see how I'm shaking it through as I pull. Other side. This is the final curl routine for today. Of course, I could have diffused it a little bit more. I could have made it like a little bit longer and a little bit larger and puffier, but it's the summer and I don't like having my hair super puffy because it just feels really hot after. So this is where it is. Of course, tomorrow it's gonna like get bigger. That's just what my hair does. It expands overnight. But this is what we're looking at. Very gorgeous curls. Just to show you a little bit of a close-up. Our curls are looking fantastic. They're feeling soft. This one's still a little bit clumpy. They're looking shiny, hydrated, and gorgeous. Look at that little shake. They look great. Loving my hair. And thank you for joining me on today's little conversation. Loved it. Bye.